Hey guys, welcome back to the Zilinski life. If you're new here, I'm Cody, this is Val, and we are documenting our journey towards debt freedom and financial independence via Budget With Us, which is what we are doing today.
So it's a bit of an unusual budget with us. This is not from EI, this is not from savings, this is not from employment, this is from us selling our phones. So
if you haven't been following us on Instagram, the situation with the phones is that our carrier offered a screaming deal on phones where they're basically waiving the down payment and selling them for half price, which the way everything all worked out allowed us to get new phones, sell our old phones, pay off the old phones, and pay off the new phones, which overall will streamline our monthly phone bill by just about $80 a month, like 70, 75 bucks, something like that.
Yeah.
So overall, it seemed like a really good deal. The only caveat being that if we leave the carrier before the 2 years is up, we have to give them back, basically pay for all of the stuff they gave us.
The $500, yeah.
Yeah, but we're ridiculously happy with them, and we don't foresee that changing at all. So it seemed like a non-issue to factor into the decision. So
yeah.
This money is from selling our phones because iPhones move fast.
They do. And we already had, I had a 12 Pro and Cody had a 12, so they sold like that, both within, mine less than 24 hours and Cody's in about 27 hours.
Yeah.
They both sold. So after eBay took their fees, this is what we're left with.
Yeah, so now we're going to budget our phones. Basically, I think this is all going to go just to paying off the phones.
More or less, yes. Because it's $490 is what we owed on the old phones, plus a $50 upgrade fee, which I was kind of mad about when I went back and looked, because they're like, oh, if you upgrade online, you save the $50, we'll waive the $50 connection fee, which they do. But then there's an additional $50 upgrade fee that they conveniently don't mention. So whatever. So it'll be $490 plus 50, which is 540. So it'll be 540 times 2, which is 1,080, right? Okay, so that's what we owe for our old phones. I'm not going to budget for, well, I guess I could just budget for the regular bill, but I think I'm going to leave that for now, because the whole point of this is that it's to pay out the phones. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This still might be a bigger phone bill, though. It's always hard when you upgrade in the middle of the month because they do partial monthly charges and stuff.
Yeah, when you switch from, because part of it was that we couldn't keep our old plan.
Yeah.
And just use the new phones. We had to get new plans. So there's
Which is fine because the new plans are cheaper anyways.
Yeah, the new plans are good, but there's prorating issues and just kind of gray area confusion that we don't bother to figure out. We just wait and see kind of what they came up to, because who's got time for that kind of stress?
Maybe we'll add in another $120 just to be safe, and that'll be $1,200.
Okay.
And then at some point we'll have to add in whatever the phone bill is, but I'll wait till that comes in. So no, I better not. I'm going to confuse myself. Say $1,100, and then whenever we get the cell phone bill in, we'll add the cell phone bill in on top of that. But that's what it'll cost to pay out the old phones with GST. So that leaves us $609 doll hairs, which
$609
is actually going to go down here towards household goods. So we had bought a bigger bed. Again, this was in our last vlog, but we bought a bigger bed and sold our old bed. And so we're going to cover this with this. We still have the $250 coming. What just happened? That was not enough to cover the whole amount. I hate manually put down to household. There we go.
And if I still have spending money, we can pull out of there.
Okay.
Just to cover that up.
Or we could pull it out of mine. Where's mine?
No, we can burn mine.
I have more than you. I'm going to pull it out of mine. Well, because you bought me my birthday dinner, and you've been treating us when we go out, and
yeah, I guess.
Okay, there. So that's covered. So we will still get We're still going to get a payment for the bed because it's not actually getting picked up until next week. So that'll be another $250 coming back into our budget. And we had sold our old Xbox, which we sold really cheap, but that's another $100 that'll come back to our budget. So that's $350 that'll come back to us sometime in the next week here. And then we can use that to budget towards our bills as well. To try and get us as far ahead as we can. But that was kind of the big thing. I know it's a quick budget with us, but it's important that we don't look at that $1,700 and think, ooh, look at all this money we can spend.
Yeah, because that's so easy to do. If you see the money sitting there, you're like, like, I need it for something, I gotta save it, it's gotta go towards the phones, but like, I mean, we're out and about, we're running errands, we can grab a quick coffee.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's death by 1,000 cuts, and that money is all gone, and the phones aren't paid for. So we wanted to jump ahead of it.
And this is why we love budgeting with YNAB, because this money is in our account. If we were to look at our account, there's thousands of dollars in our account. If we didn't have YNAB, we might look at that money and feel really secure and be like, we can go buy lots of things. But YNAB lets us portion it out. We never look at our bank account. Unless I'm reconciling transactions, I never look at our bank account. When we're thinking we want to spend money, we look at YNAB, right? Because $1,500 of that money is for rent. $1,100 now is for phones. That's for a bill that we're not going to get for another 3 weeks, still.
Yeah.
And if I didn't budget that in YNAB, it would be really easy to spend
the money now, and then you would be absolutely destroyed in 3 weeks when that $1,000 bill came up.
Yes, especially considering we have no active income because Cody's been laid off for a month now.
So if you didn't catch it in our August update, I got laid off. I get laid off all the time. It happens. But it seems like a bunch of stuff have come to a head, and the universe is just trying to tell us to like go all in on this now that we're monetized. You look for signs from the gods, whatever. You can see whatever you want, wherever you want to.
Yeah.
But we've decided that we're going to make a run at making YouTube our full-time income. Currently, I think next month will be the first month we break $100, and we need to basically 10x, 100x that in the next 8 weeks. So
to be fair, it's not just YouTube that we're monetizing. We have an Etsy store. We're looking at different ways that we can implement coaching and offer digital products. We're going to launch an email.
I've been writing like crazy on our blog.
Yeah, and we're going to launch an email course here right away.
We're working on a cool little financial fundamentals course of just like a quick cheat sheet of like, what does this mean? Sort of hopefully answering some of the basic questions that we should know and we're too embarrassed to ask about, but that nobody really knows because nobody knows, so nobody ever explains it to anybody.
Basically, it's always been a big core value of ours to be working together on something that we're passionate about that allows us more time with the family.
And through our time doing YNAB and interacting with a lot of you guys, we've become really passionate about trying to make this as accessible as possible to people who, for whatever reason, haven't been that exposed to the world of personal finance. And we're also not doing it from up on the soapbox. You know, I think I said in one of our earlier videos, we're not the bootstrap billionaire, follow me, do what I did, you can do it too. We're the guys that are like, we just stepped on landmines over there, don't go that way.
Yeah, and that's one thing I love about the YNAB community. If you're new to the community, there's a ton of us who share on YouTube our journey with budgeting and YNAB and our finances. And you will find everybody from different walks of life. There's people who are already debt-free, who are really high income earners, who do a fantastic job of demonstrating how to handle a high income. Barlow Street is one of my favorite to watch for this. She's a single woman and she does amazing at like giving and prioritizing towards giving to her nieces and nephews and like having money for herself and saving for her retirement. Yeah,
if you've read I Will Teach You to Be Rich, I think she's, if not right now, definitely very close to living the rich life and, you know, covering the future, living life now. Really, really inspirational. Go check her out.
Yeah, and then Gen Z is a great example of a much younger audience. I think she's probably in her 20s. Mid-20s maybe. She talks about how she's an older Gen Z / younger millennial, so she's probably somewhere in her mid-20s, I would think. And same thing, she shared her journey of paying off her student loan debts and how she's taking advantage of being able to live at home right now and, you know, save her money and pursue FIRE and stuff like that, and that's also amazing. There's also great examples of people who have just kind of discovered YNAB and are still in a lot of debt and are figuring out what works for them.
Yeah, just getting their journey going, trying to get everything all squared away and make sense of it.
Yeah. There's low income earners.
Mm-hmm.
There's us who are like a one income family, very sporadic and unpredictable income.
We're a high-low income earner.
Yeah, a high-low.
When we have income, it's comparatively high. When we don't have income, we don't have income.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, anyways, that was a total tangent, but it's just, we're very passionate about this.
Pretty purple in Albuquerque.
Yeah. We're very passionate about finance, personal finance, getting out of debt, making this a not taboo topic to talk about. And I love the community that is being built on YouTube. Not just with people who use YNAB. Obviously, there's a lot of people sharing their financial journey and using cash envelopes and paper budgeting and stuff like that. But I mean, we're diehards about YNAB. We freaking love YNAB. It has changed the way we think about our money.
Yeah. Definitely.
Highly recommend it.
But
in fact, shameless plug, if you want to try it for free, there's a link down below. You get 34 days free, and then if you sign up, you get another 34 days free. As do we.
Yeah. That's 68 days of YNAB.
It's a lot.
In 68 days, you could just, if not change your life, you could put yourself on that trajectory. So get on it.
Try it if you haven't already.
Yeah. Try new things. It's good for you.
Yeah.
At least that's what they tell me. But I hear our tiny monster beginning to not be asleep anymore.
She's woken up from her nap after only an hour and a bit.
That's heartbreaking. But I think we'll have to leave you here so we can step away from the YNABs and go be parents.
Yes.
So, anything else, babe?
No, that's it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it twice. Subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to be doing stuff all over the socials everywhere. Sign up for notifications, ring the little bell on YouTube. If you have an actual bell, ring the actual bell. It's way more fun than you would think.
It's always so loud, I'm sorry.
But in the meantime, we'll leave you here, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. We love you very much. And is it payday yet? Bye.
Bye.